Hey you guys, Andrew here. I want to talk to you about a movie that I recently saw. I love this movie, an anime movie called Your Name. It came out in 2016, and I think it's the most fascinating movie, in anime that I've ever seen. Really, you know, psychologically, intellectually fascinating. The characters are so interesting, and it's a beautiful movie. I'll just tell you a little bit about it. So you got this character Mitsuha, and you have a character named Taki, and they both have different lives. One, the girl lives in the country, and then the boy lives in the city. The girl is unhappy with her life, Mitsuha, and they're both high school age, and she wants to live in the city, and she's just so bored with being out in the country, nothing to do. And then Taki, he lives in the city, but it seems like the city is not perfect. There's a lot of pressure, maybe loneliness and challenges that this movie explores. And then through some kind of magic, Mitsuha and Taki, uh, they trade places. And when they go to bed at night, they wake up in the other person's life. They switch bodies. And so Taki, the guy, is now living as Mitsuha, the girl, in the country town. And Mitsuha, the girl, is now living as Taki in the big city of Tokyo. Um, and it's a beautiful movie. Yeah, so much of it is really calming when you see um, the grass, all the grass fields being blown by the wind, a lot of the nature effects in the movie, or you're up on the mountaintop and you see the autumn foliage, you see the autumn leaves, and where Mitsuha lives in Itomori, Japan. Um, it's just so beautiful and relaxing. Then when you go to Tokyo, and Mitsuha is in Tokyo, she's so dazzled by all that's there, never experiencing the endless possibilities of the big city, and um, seeing the, you know, all the number of people that you can't count, the endless amounts of people that are in the city. So she likes going to the cafe, and she's excited to make new friends. And then when they trade places, they kind of are interacting with that person's life in a different way that's outside of the normal that the person would live their life. So then throughout the movie, it creates this tension between the characters where you have, the person who traded places is messing up the other person's life. So the girl starts making new friends because when Taki is living as her, and when Mitsuha is living as Taki, then he actually has better skills with the ladies, talking to girls, and at his job, and even his friend, his guy friend at school said, "Oh, I think he was cute the other day. He seemed pretty cute." So there's these funny things in this movie about different gender experiences, and I think that's what's so fascinating about it. You know, you you know what your own experience is like. Um, you know, if you grew up as a guy, you know that experience. If you grew up as a lady, you know that experience. And there's different pressures that come with it. But this movie is so fascinating, and it's a great conversation to have about how they learn to respect the other person, and they learn more about life as they live through the experience of the opposite gender, and they, um, but it's just a fabulous film, I really, let me see, let me think about the scenes that I like. Um, I like the moments where these characters, they're trying to find each other in life. They're trying to find, where's the other person living? Is this real, or is it a dream? Um, and the boy goes on an adventure to find the girl, um, and it's just so charming and heartwarming, but it also calls us to think about um, the connection we make with others, and how that changes our life and how that makes us excited, fills us with a new passion, fills us with um, this feeling of cherishing, and close intimacy with the other person, knowing the other person and feeling a bond. So, when you see Taki and Mitsuha start to like each other and they're trying to find each other, I think that this shows a real high level love that we don't often, experience. Maybe we don't experience every day. Um, and in our busy lives, whether you guys go to work or go to school, um, you know, they have a close connection, and they really appreciate each other. So I really enjoyed that, and I wanted to talk about some other things. Um, if I can look at my notes here, let's reflect on the movie and talk about some of the themes that came up, some of the things that we could talk about in the movie. Um, but it was such vivid colors. The music really hits hard, and this is some of the best montages that I've ever seen in an anime before. You know, where like the music kicks on and it gets you really excited, and you see so much development and change, and you see uh, so many fun things happen, without any dialogue, just music and the action, and it really it's fun to be a part of that. It's fun to be in that moment. It's an exciting movie, exciting moment in the film when the music turns on and the montage starts. So that's really a high moment in the film. Let me take a look at my notes here and let's review some of the thoughts I had, some of the other thoughts I had while I watched this movie. So one thing that I liked about this is that um, the nature is far removed and unaffected from our ambitions and striving. I thought that was so cool. That's what I wrote down. That when, Taki, he is living Mitsuha's life, um, you know, actually, there's a moment where he's climbing a mountain trying to find Mitsuha. And I wrote this note down that there was a piece on top of the mountain. And you look around and you see the clouds high in the air, and you see the blue sky and the stillness of nature. Uh, and I just saw that, in nature, um, it's just, it's such a calming, pleasant experience because the noise, the busyness, um, all of the efforts, all of the ambition, all of this striving that you're doing every day, to do your best, to rush, um, you know, all these things that you have to plan and coordinate and talk, and all these things that you have to watch out for dangers when you're driving or riding your bicycle, and all of these things where it's so much struggle, but in nature, it's just, you can notice that it's just a moment where you're so removed from society and all of people's efforts to get ahead and try to do more and try to get an award and some achievement, um, and people and their planning and their scheming and all their ideas, and um, getting kind of obsessed about things. So that's one thing I really enjoyed about this movie, is you get to see, a lot of nature, and watching this movie and being a part of it, you just see, like, I can, feel more calm, and it's more relaxing, and that's a valuable point of the movie. It's just, being in nature is a lot more relaxing. And then also, I noticed in this movie about it made me reflect on my own childhood friendships with my sister, with my sisters, and how that can be, friendships can be temporary, and my relationship with my sister that was closer um, can be temporary. It's precious. Just cherish it while you have it. People grow up. They get busy with their own jobs, with their own families. They move apart. You live far away from each other. But, seeing Taki and Mitsuha um, and seeing them with their own friends, seeing them with the closeness that they have with each other, just reminds you of the preciousness of these friendships. It was just adorable to watch Mitsuha with her sister, and how they're teasing each other, and they're walking up the mountain. They're trying to go to this important shrine, and the younger sister is teasing the older sister, and that's something you see throughout the movie. Is this, this connection, this deep, close friendship, and the teasing that comes along with it. So that's a wonderful thing that I enjoyed. I really appreciated that. Um, Another thing about this movie that was really fascinating is that they looked at the names of the victims book, um, you know, after there was some accident in the film, and had I don't see that often in movies. That was something deep about this movie. Flipping through a name of victims of people who lost their life in a tragedy, in an accident, in this natural disaster. Um, that's something that we don't think about every day. But it was a nice moment where we have to reflect on the value of a person's life. All these people in the movie that just got wiped out in this single tragic disaster of a meteor hitting the Earth. Um, you know, they all have lives and families, and um, you know, interesting ideas and performances and abilities. And then when they're gone, who's there to remember them and appreciate them and cherish them? So it was nice for me to see that there was a moment where the main character Taki looks into a book of victims, and he's scrolling. He's trying to find, his friend. He's trying to find Mitsuha, but it's a good thing just to examine how much do we really remember the past? How much do we think about those who, have sacrificed their life in a war for our freedom? Like military service, or people that have, died in the 9/11 um, terrorist attack in New York City, and we should maybe do more to remember those people and learn about these people. It creates a kind of a fascination in me about, hey, a little bit about history, appreciating the people who came before us, and uh, their story, and whatever happened to them. So that was really interesting. Um, Looking over some other things here. Um, I just think there's a really interesting thing to point out about gender differences, and it's just kind of funny. It's amusing a little bit, when Taki switches places with Mitsuha. You know, um, he doesn't. In the movie, he didn't know how to act very girly, and that was funny. He wasn't fitting in. When he went to go play basketball, um, you know that didn't work well, and then when Mitsuha is taking the place of Taki, it brings a new sweetness and a feminine side to this teenage boy that his friends have never seen. They get shocked, they get surprised, um, but it can make us reflect on, hey, you know, it's okay to be complimentary to your friends from guy to guy, and so you don't have to be so hard on the guys for saying words like, "Oh, that was cute, that was nice," and it just makes you reflect. You know, so definitely good things about this movie. And another thing that I want to point out is that in this movie, in this anime, um, I want to end with this, is that the characters, they're searching for something. When they're trying to find the other person who switched places with them, there's a point in the movie where they feel lost, and they're confused. They're questioning themselves. They wonder, what are they looking for? And you know, they're going through life feeling like there's something missing. Maybe there's a void um, in their heart. There's something missing from their lives. And I think that it's interesting to see that they were missing. They're looking for a person, and they were having some amnesia. They were getting forgetful, but they're also, searching for home. They're searching for this harmony that you have with another person, this connection that you have that's kind of really rare. So if you guys want to put something in the comments below about how you thought about this movie and what you think about some of the themes and topics I brought up, go ahead. I'd be glad to talk more about this. And this movie has inspired me to take a nature hike, and maybe I'll take the camera along with me, go for a little nature hike, and talk more about the movie. Talk more about the adorable things of Mitsuha and the funny things of Taki. So that might be coming up next. Take the camera with me to a park, go for a nature walk, and talk more about it. And but I'd give this movie, I think, 5 out of 5 stars. It's a great film that I don't think too much could have been done to improve. It's a really exceptional anime movie. One thing that it was lacking, that maybe would have been more exciting if there was some action or some fighting in it. There was really no combat. There was no fight scenes, no action. You know, so no guns, no tanks, no battleships, no special powers like that. It's not a superhero film. So maybe some things could have been helped to broaden the audience, and but it was a very thought-provoking movie about connection with others, and the grass is always greener, and I was so stunned by it. So I hope you go take a look at this movie and enjoy it, guys. All right, have a great day.